So I got attacked by the fat old German lady the whole time. My SD card broken. And then I went to the kitchen and it was like I called Romy for the first time on my track phone. And all this morning it was like a nasty satanic attack, but it was getting colder, it was getting like a little bit darker. So I was feeling like I didn't have nothing to eat. It was cold because they were cutting off my social security. The murderers were outside the window, and the lazy, snot, nasty guy called and said, "Oh, you're sleeping." So I told them, "Shut the fuck up." But when I had this, it's like all of the days of the bramble. Because when I came back, I had put 2 burgers and a bread in my thing. People were saying it's embarrassing. When I called the lady, the fat lady was attacking me, saying that she has to go for Christian. Because she said she was going to come tomorrow. I don't have nothing to eat. Was too bad, but it's kind of pretty though. To be honest, this is why I had Rambo though, because when they were attacking me, it was the way they were trying to attack me. So like, the atmosphere outside of there was kind of pretty, and Joseph was like a mark of the beast. He came on a lot of times, kept saying he knows nobody, but nobody cares. But I think when he took them on the deals, they're trying to get the best of me. But then I think something about Josiah, they said they started trying to scam the lady at the SNAP office because like what if someone just went into the jeweler house and did what the fuck they want? I know, but like it's a different manhood. That's why you gotta lay with the crew. Cause like they'll say, "Oh, we see," because they'll go straight to the nigga and say, "Give me my shit." But it's like, you have to be like a police officer might come, but we have to see. You see, because the guy he got his job, but he doesn't. Like when Heartland Girl, as long as Heartland Girl knows that what she was searching for existed, it could be a certain way. Because sometimes a girl just wants to be told that she's pretty, and that's it. Because she is pretty though. So it's like I still have my season going on. So why is this like the brambles is like all the colors where I never ate cereal for a long time, but it's like the last days and there was so many bramble, like, and I never used this plate, you see. So when I went to the thing, it was like it was warm out there, and now it's warm in the room now, and I would transfer my stuff using this, and now I could do my SD card and I could transfer to my other filing system that I made, and we could start working on the other ones, one by one. I'm using the account, and then we're gonna once we get my phone in the mail, I'm still gonna check if I got my money on my card because I was a little hungry. You see, what if I couldn't afford a phone number? What if I couldn't afford a cereal? But it's nothing to it because now everybody's trying to make a thing off of me because it does matter. You see, that's why you gotta hang with real niggas because niggas is just like me, probably lay on the floor, probably holding a woman to the thing. It's really good, you see. So it's like it will get wrong. He said it's fine, you see. So he's fine as hell, but they didn't know that Elmija existed. You see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So I had to see, cause like sometimes niggas go to Amazon and all, but at the same time she's kind of beautiful though. So it's like that's what I'm trying to tell you. So it's like it depends, cause like I do sometimes men do mention girls with blue eyes. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what because of the eyes, you see. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes people say it doesn't matter, but imagine if you was looking at a girl with deep blue eyes and like her eyes was changing color, and we like, he is wrong, cause that's what it says. It was like a green pillow. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Why do you think Vivian Leigh liked to grab her pillow? Cause she could tell you the trick. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So eventually, when I get a girl, it's either the pillow or this, right? You could eat, but not have this. You could have an SD card, not have a phone. You could have a money, but not have a device. You could have a technology. So if I'm hungry, it would be cold if it was cold. But that's why when they try to lock me up with the management, it was a certain clinic when I didn't get a wife because you can't even afford nothing because you can't even afford life. You can't even afford going to the jeweler school because someone's going to buy you a whole bunch of food. And it's like you have to distinguish like, hey, go. Food is good, man. You should be eating 24/7, but not if someone is quacking around, you see. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So, like, food, like, to be honest, like, but it's like, food is really good, man. When we used to go to OCB, and, like, I used to get, like, 3 plates, right? And it's like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this plate also goes with the color of the winter outside. So I just know it's good, because, yeah, it could be skinny, but You have to point out, like, sometimes God be watching, he'll be seeing this plate didn't have to have this flakes on it. It could have had a burrito, it could have had a banana in the winter, it could have been a W banana. So eventually, yeah, it was cold when I woke up. It was almost like people were trying to go back to 2000 first church attack, first 17 hospitals if they were going to murder me. After this already happened in 2017, before the new management, but they was doing like a white person murderous YouTube release attack, and it was very bad because I forgot that I wanted my wife. You see, sometimes I used to go in 2017 to the Chase Park. I used to go for the crack Saint. Was just like like a 1204. It's the same thing because it's the same city, just like 17 back to 97. But it's like it was almost like I was living for 1,000 years when I was 07 years old. You see, before Brenneman. But when God showed me so many things, like people was nasty, they were nasty. So the girls I mentioned are very beautiful, you see. But I can't even afford. Sometimes I'll go and I have men will go to the kitchen and will get cracking in my life because I built my life, you see. So it was like when I called the girl, they was trying to scam me. And you got these people outside of the thing. After I did on the wall, it was beautiful, but now it's like a different season. It's like I used to go for a while, 2020 sat on for a while. And then it's really beautiful outside, so I might go to the bank to deposit this money, but it's like, it's not depositing a check, it's depositing money, you see? Because it's like, if I put coins into the vending machine, it's also like I could get a return, and I could even go to a store, buy a Kodak camera, I could buy a shaver, and I could buy whatever food that I need, but it's like, it's a transaction too. So transactions is necessary because they'll try to give me Social Security, a SNAP benefit, so I can live from day to day. But eventually you'll say, oh, let me go put this away and go to the forest. I could do my photography. My boy could come with me, but you just have to make sure that you get a nigga right, you see, because he'll be happy you bought him a coat just so that they can have it, you see. But it's like sometimes it is good because like that's what I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes people could take a picture and it will start to add up, but you don't want to like do people's key too much because it's like, imagine if someone had a phone and they knew how to tap into the phone, but people didn't really ask for the super Fortnite. You see, someone could say, "Oh, I'm finna set you up with Fortnite. We watching," but it's like you don't want to do that. Like someone could get a Fortnite collection and would be raw. You could buy Halo. So it's like, you know, sometimes for me when I eat, I get happy, but it's like you see how there's like tricks in here. Tricks are for kids, and then there's like a kind of like a green cereal. It's kind of like a shredded wheat kind of type of thing. So it's like these colors don't really look like cereal colors, right? You might have Cocoa Puffs, you might have Tricks, but it's kind of light. So eventually the milk goes into a light thing as if a mother gives it. So adults don't eat cereal because it will be a certain weight. So eventually, like, videos is good, but people could have been married now. They could have been in love for life. But it's like, so that's why I kind of wanted a girl to look like Heartland girl, but like kind of like a certain weight, you see. So it's like she was kind of pretty to me, but like I think like the clinic they was like kind of nasty. You see, they didn't really see what I seen, you see. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So eventually, like I do want a girl, like I like to eat right, but what if you had this plate and it was kind of like a mosaic? It wasn't really like a plate with meat on it. It was kind of like a mosaic with it. So it's like it's a plastic plate from the dollar store, right? But what if it was kind of from China in the winter, kind of like a November, and it's like, yeah, you could change a plate 3 times. You could change a Wendy's bag, but what if this was like a gold on it, but it was like real flaky, like real skinny. You see, almost like a dusty thing, as if you threw it into the air. It would be like 1,000 seeds turning into flakes and going into the winter transaction. So eventually, you know, like I just, what if we had 1,000 flakes, 1,000 phones, and 1,000 times to relax? Because last time I ate the thing and I ate the cookies, but it's like that's what I'm trying to tell you. So when I was going to get married, it got to a certain point where people got offended. You see. So it's like when I was having my house, I don't even know how all these people existed, but they had their wife. So I had to point out, okay, people will get offended too because they'll be like, why is it that they can't get the thing? You got to get the fuck out of my house, you see? Grown ass fathers saying, oh, I wanted to hide off of people's shit because it's not your stuff. So it would be like people with demonic activity telling people that it's Jesus, claiming that people are stealing their identity because they claim that they don't exist. And they said that reality relates to a spiritual reality. Because when I take this, it's like I take a gumdrop. If I take a moon, I put it in the night, right? But if I take this, it's like taking it in the middle of the day, like taking a big ass pineapple drink, but not 1,000 variety. Sometimes when you go to the store, it's one transaction at one place. But what if I do a micro transaction at a certain place? I'll do my video behind lane tech. But it's almost like I'm going to Wrigleyville and I'm going down the city because I do trains and highways all the time. You see, as a pilot, you do want to point out that I don't do highways. You see, like that's what I'm trying to tell you. So some of the domestic people, they could tell you they have to go around the arc and they have to spin around. You see. Because it's like you do have to know that as a plane fly, because you got to realize once you get to a low altitude, you can't just, it's no way you're going to go in a circle around the city unless you go to a vertical altitude, you see. So it's like sometimes like people will have to get a certain level because it's natural to know, but they say that like the plane is big because it stays vertical at a certain place, right? So it will run east to west. But the thing is, it is a big plane, but it has to like, in order for a plane to turn like that, it has to go a certain distance before it turns, you see. So once it gets to the end, people will start going around the meridian because it's a certain meridians that those planes have to follow to naturally have a key to it, you see. So eventually people just think they're going to strive flight, and that's not how it works because you have to bend 3 times before the sun comes because it can't be like a CTA connection to a bridge. So it does work, you see. So every time a planet flies, it is like a new thing, you see. So it's like you a transaction on the phone, it's a new model, but it's like, when I had this, I didn't eat it yesterday, and I had this Coke and that's Pepsi, so I get a little hungry. But like it's like only because I want to get my blanket, because it's like if I go to the room and I want to make a video, then I want a video. But it's like if I'm hungry and people are threatening to murder me, it's like I could get a blanket, but I don't want 3 nasty blankets, you see. So eventually people were nasty, you see. And now I guess when I built my life, they got offended because they were nasty. And I guess I don't mention how nasty, but like you just gotta know happiness is whatever. People might like the girl, but I like the pretty girl, you see. That's all I could tell you. This is like a Friday coat of many color. So this is kind of, you see, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. So she is pretty. So I didn't have a car. Like sometimes people would like get a car and go on the highway, but it's like, what if you had to get a license plate to go on the car and then the police try to arrest me? So you have to know that it could get dangerous when the Methodist KO was before this plans, after 2012 and for today. Now the championship is coming and my stuff is still in the fryer. The thing is, I don't even have nothing to drink. That's the main thing, you see. So it's like sometimes when I don't have nothing to drink, I could just walk to the store and now I'm going to be drinking it on the way back, drink half and half. Might walk to Walmart, try to get a variety, mix it up with a thing, and it's good. But like it could be a picture of November, but I already had a lot of data, so I could just do everything I want. I'd probably say like a spruce raspberry mixed with a Sprite, like kind of like a banana double Sprite, and it will be like I know it sounds nasty, but you have to realize it's what I call a juke CD, because this is really good, but like it depends. Like some people might like Cocoa Puffs mixed with ramen noodle, but it's like it debates on the sugar, so you don't want to have like a molasses. Like if you have a Pepsi can, you could take 3 Pepsi cans and mix it with a Sprite, but you don't want to take like a Pepsi can and mix it with like a banana drink without pointing out what you're doing. You see, so it's preparing the body for a smoothie, but digesting it, because sometimes smoothies will get really tough, but like food is really good. You see, food is really good, but it's like when people were attacking me in secret, it's like people got offended because like when I called the lady in the thing, and I'm gonna go back there now, I wear dresses and colors of clothes that's a certain way, you see. So when people got angry, I wanted to get married to my wife. It's like, what if I have no more bananas, no more thing? I could order something from Amazon, but then it's like people we lined up to attack me after last year before they tried to tell people they're trying to get safe when the guy called me today. And so I went out, it was kind of like peaceful out there. So when I get stuck in this room, it's cold as if someone's going to knock on my door and stalk me. Like we went to the Warner Park and attacked me in the kitchen with the Christian saying we were going to